Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon,
So,
sir.
let us start our second paper, MCS 231, mobile communication.
Okay.
So, other names suggest mobile communication. That is, the communication here takes place. That is while you are moving from one place to another place, and you know that while data communication occurs, mainly there are 5 components. Components are required in which absent of anyone will stop the communication. That is, we cannot communicate with each other without the 5 component if any one component is absent. So most of the component are, suppose, the sender machine. That is, you have a machine, you have a computer, you have a devices from which you want to send data. That is called the sender. Similarly, the receiver side also, that is the receiver side also there. That is, it may be a mobile phone, or it may be any type of device that receiver data. Number 2. Number 3 is your data itself. That is the data that you want to send. It may be your audio data, may be your pictorial data, may be text data, or video, whatever may be the type of data, whatever may be. But data is the third component. So first one is sender. It is also a machine who sends data. Receiver also another machine who receives data. Data itself is any format, a text format or your video format, audio format, image, graphics, anything. Number 4 is the media, the medium. That is, it may be a cable medium, wire medium, or wireless medium. You can use a cable, wires, physical cables, so that the data communication can take place. And some communication, the wire are absent. You are using any other technology which does not have wires, like your Bluetooth. You see, Bluetooth, your wireless communication, wireless media, your satellite wireless media. So the 4 component we know already. The 5 component, fifth component, which are important. Can you tell me the fifth component? The name of the fifth component? Sender, receiver,
Is
data
it the
itself.
network, sir? Network.
Network means the media, na? Network means
Acha,
the
sir.
media. That is, it is medium. What are the fifth components? An important component. We basically
Sir, content.
content the data. Data that is, it is content. What are sent, that is the data. I think that is the
Yes.
content. That is the content. Anyone? Basically, we do not see
Sir,
it.
service provider, sir. Service provider, जो ये service देगा.
No. That is, service provider is other things is required, but the component. What is the component of when data communication takes place? Sender, receiver must be there. Data itself must be there, and medium must be there.
The database.
Database.
Storage. Storage.
जी?
Set of
No.
सर कोई
Storage.
प्रोटोकॉल
क्या?
होगा सर कोई
Protocol.
प्रोटोकॉल
Yes,
होगा
yes. You are right. Protocol. Okay, so protocol is required. That is, without the protocol,
जैसे
data cannot be.
टीसीपी आईपी ये सब हो गया ना सर
हाँ, TCP/IP हो सकता है, UDP हो सकता है, SMTP हो सकता है. Different type of protocol are there. So
But sir,
the
ये सब तो
protocol,
network का ही part हो जाएगा ना. Protocol comes under the networks ना.
नहीं नेटवर्क का पार्ट नहीं होगा
network is a physical arrangement. Protocol is there. That is, protocol has different roles. Suppose you are sending data, and your receiver side receiving data. Suppose you are sending data. Suppose you have a modern devices, modern processor, modern operating systems, but the receiver side is a poor operating system and the old of devices. The rate you are sending is very faster than the receiver side who is receiving data. So here that is here a protocol plays a role.
सर लेमन लैंग्वेज में इस 5 कंपोनेंट को ऐसे बोल सकते हैं, सेंडर, रिसीवर, हार्डवेयर, सॉफ्टवेयर एंड डाटा.
Hardware, software.
लेमन लैंग्वेज में आई मीन इन अ सिंपल वे, सेंडर, रिसीवर, डाटा, हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर, जिसको कि आप प्रोटोकॉल बोल रहे हैं,
मीडियम,
दैट कैन
हाँ,
कम
एक
अंडर
मीडियम है, एक प्रोटोकॉल है. ठीक है. So
Yes.
here also in mobile communication, those 5 protocol components are required. Only here the difference is in place of your wire medium, cable or physical wire, we here the connection is wireless. So that is the name is mobile communication. The same thing written you see. The use of technology that allow us to communicate with others in different location without the use of a physical connection. The mobile communication make our life easier and it save our time and also effort. A mobile phone which we are using nowadays, you can tell it is a mobile devices, and a cellular network, cell phone and handphone is an example of mobile communication or wireless communication. That is the communication we are performing in our cell phone, your mobile phone is nothing but it is a mobile communication, because no physical wire is connected to our mobile phone when we are moving. So during our moving also, during our suppose you are traveling in a car, you are traveling in a bus, during also that time we can also communicate without any disturbance or any drop in our communication. Features of mobile communication. It has high capacity, load balancing. Each wire or wireless infrastructure must incorporate high capacity and load balancing. So high capacity load balancing means when one access point is overloaded, the system will actively shift user from one access point to another depending upon the capacity which is available. So that is why it is called the high capacity. So if one, we will discuss access points. So if one access point is busy or overloaded, so the system will actively shift users from one access point to other point, so that that is its communication will be easier or faster. We can upgrade it. That is scalability. That is the growth of popularity of the new wireless device continuously increasing day by day. It is true, because if you go 10 or 15 or 20 years ago, that is the number of mobile phone users are very less. Okay, so a few people used to use mobile phones. But nowadays, you will find a very small people, but you find most of the people have a mobile phone. So that is the number of users day to day continuously increase day to day. So the wireless network have the ability to start small. That is, you have a suppose a small infrastructure, and you can increase, you can upgrade, you can add the new devices without starting from the new. You can add the new infrastructure. So, but expand in terms of coverage and capacity is needed without having to overhaul or build an entirely new network. So, this is a scalability features. That is, if there is a wireless devices, wireless network having a very small size, but you can upgrade it as your requirement. If the number of users increases, you need not to start from the new, and you added the infrastructures other components to increase its capacity. Network management system. As you know, in mobile communication is complex, and the network is concentrated when you are moving. Your IP address should be changed, so to handle all the things. So that is why wireless network are much more complex. May consist of hundred of even thousand of access points. Suppose when you are moving, you may enter, you may leave one network, enters another network. So you are visiting through various access point, firewalls, switches, manage power and various other components. But the wireless network have a smarter way of managing the entire network from centralized point. Indoor as well as outdoor coverage option. It is important that your wireless system has the capability of adding indoor coverage as well as outdoor coverage. That is when you are moving also outside of your door, outside of your home, you can also continue your communication without any disturbance. Network access control. Network access control can also be called as mobile device registration. It is essential to have a secure registration. NAC, Network Access Control, controls the role of the user and enforces policies. That is, NAC can allow the user to register themselves to the network. It is a helpful feature that enhances the user experience. So we will discuss about that, how you register your what is your home address, what is your uh, foreign address. So you have to register. So the how the network access control works, we will discuss on the later slide. But you know that suppose where your belongs originally, that is your home network, and your address is home address. When you leave the home network and enters another network, that network is considered as the foreign network, and it is you have the foreign address. So you have to register through NAC. This is
सर
also other feature.
फॉरेन एड्रेस का मतलब ये जब मान लो कि घर में आदमी यूज कर रहा है कोई नेटवर्क, जब घर से निकल के बाहर का नेटवर्क यूज कर रहा है तो दैट इज कॉल्ड दैट वन फॉरेन
That is,
नेटवर्क.
yes. Suppose you are belongs to your network, so that is your home network. Suppose you are moving another network. Suppose you are moving and you leaves your that network and enters a new network. Okay, so that network, the new network is referred as the foreign network, and your address will change accordingly. So that is known as your foreign address. We'll discuss about that. We have a good uh, diagram, and we will discuss about more. Then roaming. Roaming allow us end user to successfully move from one access point to another without ever noticing a dip in a performance. Allowing a student to check this example is allowing a student to check their mail as they walk from one class to the next. So when you roaming, when you are moving, and when you there is no problem, so there without disturbance, you can continue in communication. Switching. Basically, a network switch is the traffic cop of the wireless network. Switching is an essential part of every fast, secure wireless network for several reasons. It helps the traffic on your network flow or more effectively. It minimizes unnecessary traffic. It creates a better user experience by ensuring your traffic is going to be right places. That is, that switching is a network switch. Suppose and it that when you are sending data from a sender to receiver, there are various route. That is, there is not a single dedicated route. The various route. So the it is decided the shortest route and the traffic free route where you reach your destination in less time, very faster. It is same as in our case. Suppose when we are moving from our source to destination, we always prefer the shortest route. That is, it cost us less, or we can save our time. So similarly, so when you send data from your source to the destination, so there are various route, and the best route will be selected by bit with each other regardless of location. So as it is mobile communication, it is you can communicate. Your location is not an important role here. So there is no need to be in an office or some telephone booth in order to pass the receive the message. So you have the location is not a problem here. You can continue your network irrespective of any location. Cost effectiveness in wireless communication, there is no need of any physical infrastructure, no need of any wires, no needs of a cable or maintenance practice. Hence, the cost is reduced. So you need not to construct your infrastructure using a wire or any cables. So no physical infrastructure required. So the cost is reduced. Also speed. Improvement can also be seen in speed. The network connectivity or the accessibility was much improved in accuracy and speed. So speed also in case of mobile communication is more as compared to wire network. Accessibility. With the help of the wireless technology, easy accessibility to the remote area is possible. For example, in a rural area, online education is now possible. Educator or student no longer need to travel to far long area to teach their lesson. There are some area where the wire communications or wire infrastructure, physical infrastructure cannot be possible. On that area, that is, you can construct the wireless technology or wireless infrastructure. Multiplexing. So you know that is in a multiple users in a mobile communication, not there is single user. There are multiple user are there at a time. More than one user or many user uses the network. So how it is managed? Suppose there are a single bandwidth users or single bandwidth where, but at a single time more than one user can use it. So this asset method are multiplexing techniques that provide communication service to multiple users in a single bandwidth wire or wireless medium. So more than one user use a single bandwidth, and due to it is multiplexed. Communication channel where whether they are wireless spectrum segment or cable connection are expensive. So communication services provider must engage multiple paid user over limited resource to make a profit. Access method allow many users to share these limited channel to provide the economic of the scale necessary for successful communication business. And the different types of multiplexing method is first is FDMA, frequency division multiple access. That is here, as the name suggests, frequency division, the frequency is divide. That is FDMA is the process of dividing one channel or bandwidth into multiple individual bands and each for use by a single user. So it is divided into one channel into bandwidth into multiple individual bands and each for the use by a single user. Each individual band or channel is wide enough to accommodate the signal spectra of the transmission to be propagated, and each individual band on channel is wide enough to accommodate the signal spectra. That is, the size of the spectra must be communicate with that individual band. The data to be transmitted is modulated onto each subcarrier, and all the them are linearly mixed together. The best example of the cable is cable television system. You know that in there's a single cable is used in a mobile in your television system, but you can view multiple channel. The medium is a single coaxial cable that is used to broadcast hundreds of channels or video audio programming to homes. So your television system, the cable of the television system is the best example of FDMA. The coaxial cable has a useful bandwidth from about 4 megahertz to 1 gigahertz, and this bandwidth divided up into 6 megahertz wide channel. TDMA, time division. Time division is a digital technique that divides the single channel not into frequency but band into time slot. And each time slot is used to transmit one byte or another digital segment of each segment signal in sequential serial data format. So a time slot is divided. This technique works well with slow voice data signal, but it is also useful for compressed video and other high-speed data. And, the good example of widely used T1 transmission, basically used in a telecom industry, your traditional telecom industry, uh, which use a time slot. A particular time slot is provided to a to common to transmit a 1 unit of data. T1 lines carry up to 24 individual voice telephone calls on a single line. That is your traditional wired line, uh, which is a single line, but that line can carry 24 individual visual voice telephone. If more than calls, more than 24 voice call are there, you will get a engaged call. All lines are busy. Okay, so this is a good example of TDMA. The basic GSM global system of mobile communication cellular phone system is TDM based. The GSM mobile, which was traditional use. Nowadays, we are in a 5G. So when the mobile was first launched, after before you go to, 10 years to 10, 15 years, that means the GSM mobile is there. Yeah, GSM mobile was there. It divides up the radio spectrum into 200 kilohertz bands and then use time division technique to put 8 voice call into one channel. That is, in one channel, 8 voice can be possible in GSM mobile communication at that time. So up to 2G, yeah, I think it is a TDMA, CDMA is another pure digital technique. It is also known as the spread spectrum because it takes a digital version of an analog signal and spread it over the wider bandwidth at lower power level. This method is called direct sequence spread spectrum DSSWL. The third generation cell phone technology, with called worldwide of CDMA uh, or WCDMA, uses a similar method with complex voice and 3.84 mbits or megabits chipping codes are in a 5 megahertz channel to allow multiple users to share the same band. So CDMA is used after 3G cell phones, which use either in CDMA or WCDMA, wireless CDMA. These are a comparison. FDMA, TDMA, and CDMA. So FDMA, you know that sharing of bandwidth. TDMA, you see sharing of time of satellite, time of type, and sharing of both a code division is here. Bandwidth and time along the different station takes place. There's no need of any code word. You know that in type of sending, extra bit are added, and there's a guard timer, guard bits are there. Synchronization is required in TDMA because it's time slot, so there must be a synchronization between the data. Otherwise, you will get wrong data. And FDMA, the data rate is low. In TDMA, it is medium, and in CDMA, it is high.
सर अभी कौन से मोबाइल फोन में सीडीएम यूज होता है?
सीडीएम में अभी तो सीडीएम यूज होता है, कोड डिवीजन तो यूज होता है।
रिलायंस में यूज होता था पहले।
हाँ, रिलायंस में होता था, रिलायंस में होता था। और एक है था, पता है क्या? अभी नहीं चल रहा है वो। हाँ, ना ना ना, वो क्या है?
डोकोमो सर।
नहीं नहीं, डोकोमो का सर्विस प्रोवाइडर है, उनका मोबाइल
नहीं
है
सर,
क्या?
उसका भी आया था, सीडीएमए फोन
हाँ
आया
हाँ
था
हाँ
सर।
हाँ, आया था, हाँ, जियो जैसे, हाँ हाँ हाँ। नहीं नहीं, और एक जो बंद हो गया, क्या नाम?
नोकिया
नोकिया नोकिया नोकिया।
बंद हो गया।
हाँ, बंद हो गया नोकिया। व्हाट इज द रीजन? डू यू नो नोकिया क्यों बंद हो गया?
क्या है सर, क्या रीजन है सर?
हम्म,
नो
बताइए
सर।
सर।
तारीफ, तारीफ नहीं वो। हाँ हाँ, इट रिफ्यूज टू एक्सेप्ट एंड्रॉइड। एक्चुअली एंड्रॉइड जो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है, ये रिफ्यूज किया, मैं एंड्रॉइड को यूज नहीं किया। हैव यू एवर यूज जीएसएम फोन?
यस सर, स्टिल आई एम यूजिंग।
अभी?
ऑफिस अलाउ नहीं करता है सर दूसरा फोन।
ओहो, आर यू एंजॉयिंग द फीचर्स?
यस
Which
सर, इट इज
feature you are
मच
enjoying?
मच बेटर। लाइफ में शांति है सर उससे।
हाँ, अभी it is true. It is stands for Global System for Mobile Communication. GSM is an open and digital cellular technology used for mobile communication. It uses 4 different frequency bands of 850 megahertz, 900 megahertz. These are the different frequency bands, and 800 megahertz, 900 megahertz. It uses combination of FDMA and TDMA. It uses two multiplexing, FDMA, TDMA. These are some less features as compared to today's features, today's mobile features. Supports international roaming, clear voice clarity, ability to support multiple handheld device, special frequency efficiency, low powered handheld device, low powered, easy of accessing network, international ISDN compatibility. Which feature is absent? Which are you are enjoying now?
सर ये अभी भी यूरोप में यूज होता है क्या जीएसएम?
हो सकता है, I don't know any idea. Which picture you see? That is no internet browsing नहीं है. Okay, video नहीं है, video no video. You cannot play any video or listen any video. You cannot view any video. Okay. WhatsApp नहीं चलेगा. There are no WhatsApp. There are no and your screen is not touch screen. Most of the mobile phone at that time using a keyboard are there. You are if you type
जीपीआरएस आता था सर, जीपीआरएस वो क्या था सर? जीपीआरएस
पढ़ेगा
जीएसएम फोन में सर जीपीआरएस आता था, उससे भी थोड़ा सा नेट यूज हो जाता था.
पढ़ेगा GSM की बात पढ़ेंगे
सर.
Okay, so these features are of GSM, and you are enjoying features which is not which are absent here. Nowadays you are enjoying many features in a system, you know, but you are here they are absent here. Most importantly, the internet browsing का feature नहीं है. But the important thing is GSM architecture. You may get a question architecture of GSM in your exam.
हाँ सर,
GSM
हमेशा
network.
आता है.
मैंने क्वेश्चन देखा. A GSM network comparison of any functional unit. Suppose you see when you are writing, I may suggest you writing in a point, not writing by like an essay, and always prefer to draw something. That is draw something. You see that is suppose suppose what is your GSM network? So you draw that thing. That is a draw a block diagram. Okay, that is because the examiner eyes always see your graphics. In first class today at the morning, my first slide contain what? A picture is worth than more than
Yes.
10,000 words. Okay, so you use that sentence. So these functions and interfaces are explained in this chapter. A GSM network can be broadly divided to MS, mobile station, base station subsystem, network switching subsystem, and operation system subsystem. There are four major components of GSM network. Let us discuss one by one. The MS consists of the physical equipment such as the radio transceiver, display, and digital signal processor and SIM card. The mobile station contains this part, that is your radio transceiver, display, and digital signal processor. You have a DSP processor there and a SIM card. It provides the air interface to the user in GSM network. As such, other services are also provided, which include voice teleservices. That is, it is voice teleservice also there. Data bearer services, the feature supplementary services. These all the services are included in the mobile stations. You all know the SIM, about SIM. The SIM provides personal mobile so that the user can have access to all subscribed services irrespective of both the location of the terminal and the use of the specific terminal. So you must have a SIM card which is inserted to your cell phone, mobile phone. It need to insert the SIM card into another GSM cellular phone to receive calls or the phone. Make calls from that phone or receive other subscribed service. So if you call a SIM, if you are sending data, if you are making a communication, you must have a SIM card, and the device which receive card or communications, that is also have a SIM card. A two cellular phone must have a SIM card. The second part is BSS, base station subsystem. The base is composed of two parts. One is BTS, another is BSC. The base transceiver station and the base station controller. The BTS and BSC communicate across a specified abyss interface. We will discuss about that, enabling operation between components that are made by different suppliers. The radio component of BSS may consist of 4 to 7 or 9 cells. A BSS may have one or more base stations. The BSS uses the abyss interface between the BTS and BSC. You see here. So this is your GSM base system, and there is a base network to connect, and some high-speed line which are connected to the next level MSC. We'll discuss about the MSC. But the connection you see, there is a high-speed light, and there is a connection between from your GSM basis to MSC. It will be more clear here. The BTS houses the radio transceiver that define a cell and handle the radio link protocol with MS. In a larger urban area, a larger number of BTS may be deployed. That is, BTS has capacity. If the more than one component is there, so more BTS based transceiver system is employed. You see here, there is a one bit GSM BTS which connected to a cell phone, which connected to your laptops or any other devices. So this is your GSM BTS base station, base transceiver station. The BTS have different function. Encoding is done here. Encrypting, multiplexing, modulating. You know that the data is encrypted. Multiplexing also there. As we know, it is used FDM or TDM. Modulating and feeding of RF signal to the antenna. Transcoding and rate adoption. Time and frequency synchronization. That is, data must be synchronized. Some data may reach faster. Some data may travels and there may be delay. So it must be synchronized at the receiver side. Voice through full or half rate services, decoding, decrypting, recording receive signal. So the encoding is followed by the decoding, encryption, decryption, random access detection, timing advances, uplink channel measurement. So these are the different function of your BTS. And the next is BSC, the base station controller. It plays actually a vital role here. The BSC manages the radio resources for one or more BTS. It handles radio channel setup, frequent swapping, and handovers. The BSC is the connection between the mobile and the MAC. It is between the mobile and the MAC. The BSC also translate 13 kbps. It is very less voice channel used over the radio link to standard 64 kbps channel used by the public switches telephone network. You see here where it assigned the release, the frequency and time slot for the MS. The BSC also handled inter-cell handover. It controls the power transmission of the BSS and MS in this area. So it controls the power transmission. The function of BSC is to allocate the necessary time slot between the BTS and MSC. It is a switching device that handles the radio resources. So this is the function of your BSC, base station controller. And the last component of GSM is NSS, network switching system. As the name suggests, a switching subsystem, that is the main part of the which of the mobile switching center perform the switching of calls between the mobile and other fixed or mobile net. Suppose when you are calling, it is your call should be switches between the mobile and other fixed mobile network user. Suppose you are calling from a mobile to a fixed line. So here MSC plays a role, vital role here, as well as the management of the mobile service such as authentication. And the other component is operation support subsystem, OSS. The operation and maintenance center, OMC, is connected to all the equipment in the switching system and the BSC. This implementation of OMC is called the operation and support subsystem. It is only the operation and subsystem. You see the function, OMC function, administration and commercial operation, that is subscription, terminal charging or statistics. All the data are is here. It controls the subscription, that is which user is subscribed in terminals, and it also it is also responsible for security management. That is your network configuration, operation and performance management, maintenance tags also. Suppose some part is not working, some band is not working, so you will get some information from this operation subsystem, and there are some that you can take some steps to avoid this. You see here, the OMAC, which are the overall control of the entire part, BTS, BSC, MS, MSC, PSTN, ISDN. So see the overall control of OMC of GSM, because it controls and maintain all the things, so it has a control power. So after GSM, the new technology is GPRS, General Packet Radio Service, is defined as a mobile communication standard that operates on 2G and 3G cellular network to enable moderately high-speed data transfer using packet-based technology. That is, in GSM, the data are not packet-based. Here, data is divided into smaller parts, as you know, and it uses packet-based technology. So that is why the name is General Packet Radio Services, and basically it uses 2G and 3G cellular networks.
Sir, in 5G, which technology we are using right now?
5G, 5G, the technology 5G, na?
I
GPRS,
mean,
yeah,
सर देखिए 2G 3G में GPRS है, वैसे ही 5G में हम लोग क्या यूज कर रहे हैं?
नहीं 5G technology also used there. It itself is called the 5G technology. Okay, so 2G technology, not 2G technology and 3G technology is generally GPS technology, and the technology are using in 5G devices, it itself known as 5G technology.
Okay, sir.
Okay. You see here, this is the GPRS network. And GPRS get to, you see the gateway which connect another network. It connected to the mobile phones, GPS link, other devices added. So what do you think? Why GSM, we are using GPRS over GSM? Because the main part is the speed. In this case, the speed will increases and it covers more area. GPRS is essentially a packet switching technology that allow information to be transmitted via mobile network. And this is utilized for internet connectivity, multimedia messaging service, and other types of data transmission. GPRS is supported by GPS cell phones. Well, you see here, GPS is used GPS cell phones, and that cell phone is as well as laptop and handheld devices equipped with GPS modems. Subscribers have reported downstream bandwidth and up to 80 kbps. So your 2G or 3G mobiles also you can tell it is GPRS cell phones because you use GPRS technologies. Compared to the original GSM system, GPS technology provides various perks and advantages to user and network provider. So what is that? Companies commonly use this to create precise data capability using mobile communication, precise data capability using mobile communication technology. Let us take a look at some benefit of GPRS, which was not in GSM. Billing meant simply, that is, you know that the when initially the bidding takes place, there is a CDR is calculated, call data records. Call data record is used for billing. That is when we were calling, how much time you are calling for. At that time, if you got GSM network will come fast to the market. At that time, billing was costly. Nowadays, it is comparatively very less, comparatively very less cost. But the billing made very simple at time. To actually, the billing plays an important role. That is a billing. If there is any mistake or any billing, the service provider may suffer a great loss. So here the billing made simply because the call data record is clear. So that is call data records is calculated easily here. And always in connectivity, it is you can use 24 hours a day. So it is not a new thing. and these are the benefits. Why billing are simple? When compared to circuit switching service, GPS packet transfer offers better consuming billing because it is packet switching. So package is calculated easily. When it comes to circuit switching service, the cost is determined by the length of the connection. One of the significant disadvantages of circuit switching for IoT, Internet of Things, is cost effectiveness. The connection length determines the subscriber operation cost in the circuit switches. Okay, so the cost is more in case of GSM, and in case of your GPRS, it is cost effective as compared to GSM mobile. A significant advantage of GPRS system that they provide higher data than GSM. So this is the main part. That is the main thing of GPRS over GSM. The speed is more because packet switching are using here. GSM was designed to transmit data at approximately 14.4 kbps at the fast over 2G network. GPRS on the other hand provided data speed up to 64 86 kilobits, which is very less as compared to today's speed, isn't it? Another benefit of GPS is that it is always available. A GPS connection can provide constant internet connectivity, quick messaging, and improve SMS transfer. So this is the features provided in GPS technology, and it is constant internet connectivity. It was also fastest network ever seen when it was first launched. So when it first launched, it is fastest network, because before that GSM network is used, and GSM as compared to this is slower. For example, with a standard global system for mobile communication technology, somebody could transmit only 10 SMS per minute. As compared to today's technology, today's speed is very less, but at that time it was fast. Then 2.5G. Actually, 2.5G is not there, but in some book written that there are some network which 2.5G. Have you ever heard about 2.5G? No. 2G or 3G? 4G, 5G, we know that. But there are some features in between that. In some book written that there is some technology which is named as 2.5G. Let us see what is that. Enhancement that provide packet data capabilities over 2G network. 2.5G improve the available data rates supported by the air interface, thereby permitting the introduction of new data-oriented service and applications. So the increased data rate rise up to theoretical maximum 384 kbps. It is higher as compared to your GPRS. Although in the field availability data rate may often be low as 20 kbps. So general packet radio service GPRS is an example of 2.5G technology. So the advance of GPS when the speed is increases, so it some book is referred as 2.5G technology. So what you will not find any term 2.5G. So I found in some books, so I introduced a slide there. So after 2G, the third generation 3G mobile phones. Third generation mobile phones or 3G internet mobile phones are set of the standard for wireless mobile communication system that promises to deliver quality multimedia service along with high quality voice transmission. That is, it is the multimedia. That is, here you can send any audio, video is there, along with the high quality voice transmission. The quality of voice transmission also enhanced here. And besides that, the more important thing is you can deliver multimedia data, which is not possible in previous cases. 3G systems compile with an Internet Mobile Telecommunication IMT 2000 standard specification by the Internal Union. So you know that these are the standard and it is certified by the ITU. The first 3G service were available in 1998, about 27 years ago. The first 3G service, it provides high-speed transmission having data transfer rates more than 0.2 Mbps. Global roaming service are also available. It is also available in the previous one, so this is not a new this is a new feature. It offers advanced multimedia access like playing music. These are the new viewing videos, television services also available in these features, which was not in our GSM में नहीं था. ये नहीं थे sir. It provides access to all advanced internet services. For example, surfing web pages with audio and video. You can surf the internet services here. This is the area of application. Wireless voice telephony. That is, you can telephone voice using wireless voice telephony. Fixed wireless internet access. You can using internet access in your mobile phone, in your laptops. Video calls, which are not supported by the previous technologies. Mobile TV, video conferencing, video demands, GPS system, that is your positional system. You can also use global positioning system. That is, it has some idea about GPS. Location-based service, where you are, in which location a particular mobile device are present, and this information you will get from that. That is, it provides the GPS along with the location-based services. So there are some extra features which we did not find in previous one. Then after 3G, so some extra feature is added, and new technology or new cellular network service is known as 4G. So let us compare the 4G with 3G. So 4G mobile phones provide broadband cellular network service and is successor to 3G mobile network. It provides an all IP-based cellular communication. The capability provided either to the IMT advanced specification or laid down the ITU, and you know that all the standards must be specified by the ITU, International Telecommunication Unit. Let us see the features here. It provides an all IP packet switched network for transmission of voice, data, signals, and multimedia. First feature. Second is that is, you can send voice data or any audio data, video data, anything. Graphicals, image data you can send. It aims to provide high quality uninterrupted services to any location at any time. So any location you can provide high quality uninterrupted, not disturbance services. 4G network should have peak data rates of 100 Mbps. If you compare the other network, it is better or faster than other network we have already discussed so far. So 4G network should have peak data rates of 100 Mbps for highly mobile station like train, car, and 1 Gbps for low mobility station like your residence. When you are staying in a residence, that is a fixed area, a steady area. So the peak data rates reaches in 1 Gbps, but when you are moving, the data speed may decreases to 100 Mbps. It also lays down that 4G network should make it possible for 1 Gbps downlink over less than 67 megahertz bandwidth. So gradually the data rates are increases. They provide have smooth handoff across the heterogeneous network area. That is, if the network are heterogeneous, that is, if the topology are others, that is, suppose you are moving from a one network to another network, so it provides a smooth handoff. That is, there is no disturbance. You can continue your communication. So we are familiar with the term LTE, long term evolution, 4G LTE, 3G LTE. Long term evolution or LTE is an extension of 3G technology. It is a standard for high speed mobile communication. It is also a GSM or Edge and UMTS HSP high speed technology. This peak data rate you see here of download is 100 Mbps and upload is 50 Mbps. So the LTE Advanced meets the specification of IAT Advanced standard for 4G technology. So its peak data rates are 1000 Mbps and downlink is 500 Mbps per uplink. So after 3G technology, uh, some extents the 3G LTE is an extension of 3G technology, and the data rate you see it as compared to the 3G, it is better or faster. Advanced mobile web access, you can browse web pages or internet, IP telephony, internet protocol telephony, you can with that. High resolution, high speed gaming services. The gaming services also in previous technology, but it is high speed and high resolution. Streamed multimedia data, that is you can stream, that is you can view the live action or streaming data. High definition mobile TV. The mobile TV is also also a feature in previous technology, but here the speed is high. It's high definition HD mobile TV. Video conferencing, which was also a feature in previous technology in your GPRS, and most importantly 3D television. That is, you can view a 3D television using this technology. And mobile computing architecture. This architecture represents the blueprint about the multiple layers in between network hardware components, devices, and user application interface. So basically, the three major component of any mobile computing is, that is the hardware component, devices, and user application interface. That is user also. That is, if user are not use it or it is not suitable for user, so mobile computing is useless. Well established architecture is required for getting the access data, systematic calculation, and software object as well. So we need an well established architectures. Like your database, DBMS management. So this mobile computing also a three-tier architectures. Mobile computing is enabled with three-tier architecture that has three major layer. Mobile computing architecture layer. The first application layer is presentation layer. As the name suggests presentation layer, this layer is nearer to user. That is, when we are using a devices, suppose we are using mobile phones, we are browsing internet. So the presentation we are is nearer to presentation layer. That is how it presents. That is important. So this layer lets user to face device handling and rendering. Then the application layer. It allows executing business logic and rules. That is, what are the business logic, what are the rules, what are the times, and how to get data from it, that database. Data access layer. It lays to get access and management. That is, it is the internal features. A last feature, which is actual data contents. Actual data contents in DM layer, that data access layer. You will be more clear. You see here, there are three tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. And actual data present in the tier 3, the user tier 1, which is a user interface, sometimes called user interface because it is closer to user, does not have direct access to the data store. There is another tier, middle tier 2, which contains some business tags, some rules, some process management, how the data is fetched, how do you make an request to get that data, and how the your request is granted. And then data is fetched from the server. You see here. So when suppose you are browsing data, suppose like an example, you are browsing data, you are write an URL in your browser, in browser window, and this request is goes to the actual data present in the server in the database management system in tier 3, and the request is passed to by your middleware to the server, and server granted is, and then data is passed to your devices, your browser window. Then you can view or browse the internet. So the database here, mobile computing consists of three major tiers. So that is why it is called three tier systems: tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Actual data present in tier 3. Tier 2 contains some, that is, you can tell it is the interface between tier 1 and tier 2. First tier presentation layer. Let us discuss one by one. This present layer lets the execute all application on the client devices and provide complete user interfaces. So that is why it is known as the user interface. The first layer is closer to the user and is known as the user interface layer, because user don't have any access directly to the tier 3 where the data is present. So main responsibility of this layer to present the information to the user. That is this presentation, this information should be user readable way. Okay, that means user, because this presentation is for the user. If the presentation is not good, user is not interested, so that is meaningless. So that is the architecture is meaningless. So the presentation layer should be suitable to the user. User are able to grab all information via speaker, vibration, or your mobile screen. That is, browse something, the data should be presented in your browser. But if you know that the presentation is not good, data are not come in a good manner, it is not a readable form. The image are not visible. So this presentation is not good. You can tell this is not a good architecture. So user can send the information with helping of input devices like pen drive, mouse, keyboard, touch screen, and so on. So you can give to any information. To get that information, you have to give a request through the any input device. This input device may be your keyboard, maybe any pen drives, or you can touch screen. So you can give any information, make a request to the server, to the and that information granted, and data will be viewed to you in your browser window. This layer is enabled with WAP browser, wireless access protocol browser. That is the browser which does not have any OER, that is called WAP browsers. Customized client programs and web browser, etc. Presentation layer allows accompaniments via client-side data source, dynamic HTML, and data cursors. The middle layer. Second layer application, second tier application layer. So as we know, these are the interface between the first tier 1 and tier 3. In the application layer, business logic performs all tasks as server. For client request from workstation, it works as a business rules, fetch or enter data through the data layer. So there are some rules in which uh, uh, it contains some that it is a intermediate or interface between the layer 1 tier 1 and tier 3. It is enabled with few technologies such as PHP, .NET services, JSP, Java, and so on. So these that technology is enabled by using this software, either in PHP or .NET services, JSP. Presentation and database independent. That is, it is database independent and presentation independent. That is, database it must the three tier must be independent. Independent in the sense, if you make any changes in database in tier 3, the tier 2 should not be disturbed. So the architecture is done in a manner that is it should be independent. That is from any other layer. Suppose you make a change in database layer tier 3, tier 2 should not be disturbed. That is, you need not to change in that tier 2 because of you are changing tier 3. So that is why it is presentation and database, both independent. That is, if you make any change in presentation layer, the tier 2, that is your this layer, application layer should not be disturbed or should not be changed. You need not to change it again. That is why it is called the independent. This layer identifies that which type of data is required and performs as client in relation to a third tier, or programming data may be situated on a mainframe computer or locally. Basically, you know that a mainframe computer have high capacity, high memory, a high processor. So if the data is very large, so it may be stored in a mainframe computer. So this layer identifies that in which type of data is required, which type of data is required by the user, and perform as client in relation to a third tier or programming that may be situated on mainframe computer. So it through this layer, the request come from an user interface to the database. It takes decision on rendering, network management, security, data store access, need for many types of middlewares. So their components are not linked to certain client, so they can be implemented by all application and can be processed to other location as responding time frame and other needed rules. Then the last one, where the data actually present. You can tell it is a DBMS. It is exactly same as your the architecture of a database management system. This layer is implemented to keep stored data that is required by application and work as a repository for both temporary and permanent actual data stored in this layer. That is the data access layer. Data access layer is built up of DBMS that offers all data for above two layers. So as we know, this layer is also known as DBMS access layer because data actually stored here. All data is stored into many formats like as text files or relational DB. Data can be stored in any text files or any relational database system, that is your rows and column wise. And these are the third layer. So the architectures of three layers are those. One first layer is your presentation layer, which is nearer to user, closer to user. User can give in any data, any request here, and it go through the second layer, and you will get data from the third layer via second layer, which is represented by the user. And most importantly, this presentation layer is present to the information to the user. So presentation layer must be user friendly.
Sir, one question. The different technologies that you taught earlier, and now you are teaching us the structure or architecture of mobile application. Is there any interrelation between them, or they are two different topics?
I'm not getting the question actually. That is the architecture is same, na? What are the technologies used? But the architecture is same. Okay, the architecture is same. That is, there are three layers are used for that. You can the presentation layer may be different. As the technology grows, you will got the different type of presentation. Okay, application layer also there. You can use suppose at that time there are the old software used. Now it is a new software used. It may be upgraded. Similarly, database. At that time you are using the database. Suppose there are MS access. Now you will get the modern databases are there, which is whose feature are more as compared to those. But the architecture will not change.
Okay, so this three-tier architecture worked for technologies before 3G or only after 3G it will work?
After 3G.
Okay.
After 3G. The GSM architecture we have already decided. We have already declared. Discussed. We have already discussed what is the GSM technology. You recall that there are BSS, BTS are different things there. But these applications are different. The architecture are different.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Then we'll discuss the mobile IP in the next class. We'll discuss about the mobile IP. Mobile IP actually important topics because we know that the fifth component which I will discuss in the very first session of this class. There are 5 components. Out of 5 component, internet protocol. That is a protocol is just is a vital role while sending data. That is for due to very reason. Suppose data flow. As I've given an example, you have a modern devices, high level features and other things, but the receiving side is poor one. So how the data flow is managed? And how the error, suppose while the most important thing is while sending data, the data may be corrupted during the transmission, may be affected by some external field like some electrical field and some external strong magnetical field, and the data may be corrupt. That is how the data may contain some error. There will be chances, isn't it? When we are transmitting data, the data may contain some error during transmission. That is, data has to be travel a long way. So during the travel, it may contain that. But there are some technique used for error connection. error correction and detection. You may know you may know about it, error correction and detection. So there are some the protocol actually plays a vital role. So mobile IP also important to us, not only for this feature but also the exam point of view. Okay, so mobile IP we'll discuss about. So it is a protocol, but it is used in mobile devices. So the name is mobile IP. We know that about TCP, IP we know. Okay, we know TCP IP, Transport Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. So as this protocol is used in mobile devices, so it is referred as the mobile IP. Okay. So please wait a while. Do not leave. I will take the snapshot. Okay, so please write your name and registration number. Those who have not written. Okay, thank you. You can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, meet in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, anybody know when Viva will be get held?
What are you asking?
Do you have any idea when the project Viva will be held?
Are you in MCA OL or MCA New?
MCA new.
New. Actually, I am from MCOL, but my friend is in MC New, and he told me that his Viva is going to take place in November this month.
Okay,
He
November
told,
this month, like end of the month or starting, because now it's starting.
not in the starting, I think somewhere from mid to the last.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.